Hi kids, this is a little bit of a life update. My throat is killing me. I have not slept well. I'm not feeling well. I'm hoping it's just a cold. So I have cough drops. Sorry, I need them. The next bit of information is that I'm having dental surgery. Hopefully I don't miss any videos. I'm trying to get everything filmed before I go in for my dental surgery. And let me tell you about teeth. I did everything right. I brushed my teeth multiple times a day. I used floss. I used Listerine. That was my favorite mouthwash. I did everything right. I wasn't one of those kids that skipped a teeth brushing or anything. I did what I was supposed to do. And I've had such bad teeth my entire life. I don't even understand. I've done all my fluoride things. I mean, I just did everything like you're supposed to. I was one of those kids that had a toothbrush at school, so after lunch I could brush my teeth. I mean, I was that kid. And something that people don't tell you is diabetes will destroy your teeth. I have type 2 diabetes, and I had no idea how destructive it would be on your teeth. Not long after I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, my teeth just started going bad in every which way. And it's not that I've ever had really good teeth. I never had dental insurance, so at one point I actually had to take a second job so I could have my wisdom teeth taken out, and I needed a couple of root canals, and there was just things that I needed to have done. And so I'd take a second job if I needed to have it done. I never blew off my teeth. That was always important to me. And now that I have insurance and stuff, it's just, I've been even more careful, and it's just not paying off. When you're sick somewhere in your body, it affects all the different parts of your body, especially type 2 diabetes. It will just suck everything from all the other parts of your body. It will destroy your eyes, it will destroy your teeth, it will destroy your skin. People don't talk about that. They talk about, being overweight or exercising or all these different things, controlling your diet, They don't tell you, hey, you have to do that not just to protect your kidneys, protect your liver, protect, your organs, but to protect your skin and your teeth and your eyes. People don't tell you those things. Well, I'm here to tell you, diabetes will make you go blind. It'll make all of your teeth just crumble right out of your head. You know those nightmares you have where your teeth are falling out? I feel like I'm living that in real life. I just feel like my teeth are rebelling against me. And this is the thing. I don't have any pain in my mouth or anything like that. I did not realize things were getting so serious. I go to my dentist. My dentist is like, wow, you have this, 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 this. And I've had some work done, and now I have to go in for the surgery, and I'm just freaking out. Just freaking out. So I'm trying to get everything pre-filmed and as much as I can done, because optimally 3 days, I should be pretty good. A week and a half, I should be great. But you never know. Okay, next. I had an abdominal hysterectomy. I had that on February 27th. Well, here we are, the end of September, and I am still in pain. I have some hematomas that are just never going away, it seems like. I've been doing heat therapy on them, and anyone who knows me knows I cannot stand to be hot. I cannot stand to be warm. I do not like the heat. So doing heat therapy, just, it sucks so bad. Okay. Next, my mom was in a car accident. This was the scariest thing I think that I had happened in a very long time. My mom is blind, and she's elderly, and she and her friend went somewhere, and I was going to make dinner. I was going to just make like breakfast burritos, but I was making them for dinner because I like to do breakfast for dinner. Nobody likes cold eggs. So my mom said on her way home she was going to give me a phone call, let me know she was on her way home, and I would go meet her at the car, and after she got home, I would cook dinner. Okay. About 15 after 5, which was when she should have been getting home, I got this phone call from her phone, and I picked it up, and I'm like, hi, and I hear my mom screaming, and someone that I did not know who it was a stranger, says, Doris has been hit by a car. I'm like, oh my God. We're in front of Rite Aid. Now, I don't, the person just said we're in front of Rite Aid. I did not know if my mom was in a car and got hit by a car, or if she was in the parking lot, if they had stopped at Rite Aid. Rite Aid, if you haven't listened to some of my other videos, the apartments that I live in, I can literally see Rite Aid from my apartment. So I didn't know if they had stopped there on the way home and she got hit by a car in the parking lot. I didn't know if she was in a car and got hit by a car. I had no idea. So I just was freaking out. And I hung up the phone. I grabbed my purse and my keys and went out the door, locked my door, turned and looked, because I had no idea what I was going to do. I just knew I had to go to my mom. I had to get to my mom. That's all I knew. I come out there. My friend, I saw her walking her dog. I was just like, I need to get to Rite Aid now. My mom's been hit by a car. That's all I knew. So I'm not going to use anybody's names because I'm very uncomfortable using people's names on the internet because names are powerful. So she took me to Rite Aid, and I could see from what I was waiting for her to go in the house, put her dog in the house, and get her keys. I could see over the fence that there was a bunch of cops and commotion right at Rite Aid. I couldn't just run there myself because I have a bad knee. I would have had to have gotten my bike out and gone down there, and then I don't know what I would have done with my bike or whatever. So anyways, I was just waiting for her to take me to Rite Aid. And we got there, and I saw my mom sitting on the sidewalk in a little folding chair. I went around and I went out in the street and everything because I was trying to get around the cops. Of course, I got yelled at by cops, but I don't care. I was getting to my mom. Now, my mom is blind, so I was really worried, and I went up to her and I took her sunglasses off and I was asking her if she was okay and stuff. She did not know who I was. She did not recognize me. She come to find out she could not only not see, but she couldn't hear. The airbag had hit her in the face and she couldn't hear anything. And so the ambulance comes and it does not seem to come fast enough. Now, my mom had blood all over my leg, so everybody kept counting me as a victim and asking if I needed an ambulance. I started piecing things together while I was there. Come to find out, there was traffic. It was 5:15. We live in the suburbs, so, you know, when you hit a main road, traffic backs up really bad. That's a main road that goes straight through, and we live right off of that main road. We're not quite in the suburbs. We're on the edge of the suburbs. So we get there, and traffic was backing up. My mom's car, the car that she was riding in, was slowed down and was coming to meet the speed of the traffic. The car behind her had teenage girls in it. They just plowed right into this car. They did not slow down fast enough, whatever. From what I've heard from the cops and stuff, the car behind her that hit that car was going about 30 miles an hour. The car that my mom was in was sandwiched, and just pieces of it were all over the ground. Their car got pushed into a turning lane, which is really fortunate, because if it had been pushed any further into the oncoming traffic, that light was green. I mean, oncoming traffic would have just smashed right into them. So they did hit the car in front of them, kind of at an angle, but it smashed the side that my mom was sitting on, the passenger side, right in. I will insert some pictures if I can find some pictures. I saw some pictures, but I don't know if I still have them. Anyways, I will insert some pictures if I have them. So I'm talking to my mom, and I don't know that she can't hear at this point. Finally, she realizes who I am. I don't know how she realized who I am, but she finally did, and she just grabbed my hand, started kissing my hand, and she started yelling, "CJ, CJ, CJ," and I was just like, oh my God, she finally recognizes me. And so I kept yelling at the cop to hurry up and get an ambulance, because my mom doesn't look that hurt, but you don't know. And her hand was bleeding, and it had bled all over my leg, and, well, not her hand, but like her wrist right here. Come to find out, she had the seatbelt on, and she had her hand in between her and the seatbelt, because that car's seatbelt was kind of cutting into her neck. So she kind of had her hand in there to kind of hold it back from her neck. And that's why she had the cuts on her arm, because the seatbelt had dug into her when they got in the accident. Okay, so I get into the ambulance. My mom gets into the ambulance. I go down to the hospital in the ER, and I'm sitting there, and they're doing all these tests on my mom. And I text my brother. Now, my brother's really super flaky. Super flaky. So, and he had said that he didn't have a phone anymore, so I was technically texting his wife, and I'm like, this is important. He needs to know this. Because at this point, I don't know what's wrong with my mom. She still can't hear me. So, long story short, my brother actually shows up. He shows up with my nephew and my nephew's friend. I have no idea what my nephew's friend is. But this guy sat there with us all night long. He said that he would take me home, which the ER hospital is in another city. So they had driven from one city to that city and then said he would drive me to another city. Wonderful. Okay. I couldn't believe how kind and soft-spoken and just how polite and just as patient as this young man was. I don't know how old he is or what his name was or anything, because I was focused in on my mom. I have no clue. So, about 1:30 in the morning, or it was about 1 o'clock in the morning, they kind of acted like my mom was getting ready to come home. The doctor came in and said, there's one more thing we'd like to do, because my mom had had a quadruple bypass in the past, and he's like, I just want to check her heart one more time, and okay. So they did this test, which is going to take 45 minutes to an hour to get the results back, and he came back and he said, well, according to this blood test, either there's bruising to the heart, damage to the heart, or she's having a heart attack right now. We need to get her to a trauma unit, which is in another city. Small towns and suburbs and things, they don't have all the things that you need. This is the thing that nobody seems to understand when I talk about I don't like living someplace. I like living in a large city. I don't like living in small towns and suburbs and things like that. Because you never know when you're going to need something. I mean, you just don't know. It's like, especially when you have a lot of health problems. So, 1:30 in the morning, we decide, okay, we're going to go home, because at this point, I had figured out that I did not have my wallet with me. So I couldn't even, I had asked the hospital if they would bring me something to eat, because, I mean, I'd skip dinner. I am a diabetic. I can't be skipping meals like that. So they had brought me food, and they were really nice. But, at this point, it's like I have no wallet. So if I have to call a Lyft or something to get home, I can't even... I have nothing. Absolutely nothing. And no way home if this kid didn't take me home, and this kid really wanted to leave. So I had talked to my aunt, and she was going to take me up there in the morning to go see my mom. So I went home, got something to eat, and went to bed, took my medications, whatever. And I wake up in the morning, I'm getting ready to leave, because my aunt is going to take me to go visit her in stuff like this. And I had a doctor's appointment that day. A very important doctor's appointment, because I have been on medication since the end of February. I had surgery, and anyways, I had a very important doctor's appointment that day. I get this call while I'm getting ready, and it was like, she's being released. And my brother lives like, okay, there's this city, this city, this city, and this city. I live in this city. My mom was in this city. My brother's in this city. So he said he would go pick her up and drive her home. So I called him, told him that. He went and picked her up and drove her home. So my aunt didn't have to take me anywhere. My mom came home. About an hour after my mom came home, I had to leave for my doctor's appointment. And everything worked out fine. My mom was fine. Everything was fine. And she's really bruised up, but she's fine. No heart damage, no heart attack, nothing. Just a bunch of bruises and a cut on her arm. And that was it. Wow. All the stuff that happened, I could not believe how lucky we were that that was all that happened. Oh my God. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It was really upsetting. So, she's fine. She's out doing stuff right now with her friends. So, anyways, it scared the hell out of me. To be honest, it just scared the hell out of me. So, that's what's going on. So my mom is fine, which is good because I'm going in for dental surgery. Yay, dental surgery. So I'm going to, hopefully nothing is going to interrupt my channel. Everything will be fine. And I will see you in a few days. I'm not sure if I'm posting this video. I'm not sure when I'm posting this video. But I will see you hopefully in a few days because I don't want any more than a few days off before I start filming again. So hopefully everything goes fine. So hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!